Greetings to all my horror enthusiasts out there. My name is Rojo, a demon wolf here to tell you that there are things your government never wants you to find out. Everyone loves a good horror story from time to time. It gets exciting and scary to know what new killer or monster is among us, and what danger it possesses, especially what the government keeps contained at their secret facility. Take one popular facility for instance, Area 51, located in the state of Nevada. This facility is said to contain aliens that have visited our planet only to be caught and experimented on by the US government, or so I've been told. And being just like the government they shield it away and redact any information from the public, making the people come up with a bunch of crazy theories of what's actually going on inside that facility. You know, the same public that conspired to raid the area itself one day because they really wanted to know what's in there, only for there to be no one on that day that was near it. I'm pretty sure someone made a conspiracy theory as to why that is. You've pretty much heard about this area, but there is one government faction that houses different anomalies that threaten our very universe: the SCP Foundation. SCP is short for Special Containment Procedures. Their goal is to secure and contain these anomalies, which therefore help protect all of humanity. In this video, I'm about to tell you why the SCP Foundation is more terrifying, making Area 51 seem like a tourist attraction, despite the fact the Foundation doesn't really exist. It's best to know that the SCP Foundation isn't just in one nation. It consists of an international team of researchers, soldiers, and human test subjects. We'll get to them later. The SCP Foundation contains thousands of anomalies. Some of them are docile and are sometimes friendly, while others have a goal to make every living thing extinct. The most popular ones consist of SCP-173, a hostile statue that moves in for the kill once the line of eyesight is broken; SCP-049, a plague doctor that purges the pestilence and develops cures for people who have it, basically turning them into mindless zombies; SCP-012, a sheet of music notes written in blood that can drive a person insane by quote-unquote finishing the piece with their own blood, but will never be completed due to its victim dying from blood loss. And there are many more anomalies than that. As of this video is being made, there are currently over 7,000 SCP files to go through, with many more being made today. Thankfully, we can learn all about those anomalies in the SCP Wiki. Just make sure that you're not caught. It was this wiki, made by a ton of authors, that gave birth to a very well-known horror game called SCP Containment Breach. Most of you will probably have known about the SCP Wiki ever since this game came into existence. Well, that was the case for me at least. In the game, you play as a D-class personnel that is escaping an SCP facility due to a containment breach caused by different SCP anomalies. Along the way, you encounter different hostile SCPs that have breached containment: 173, 096, 066, you name it. There are other SCP objects that you can interact with, like SCP-914, a giant machine that allows you to get an advantage on items you have. It's kind of like putting cheat codes in the game: a higher security clearance card, a gas mask that can help you sprint forever, and much more. Nearing death and can't find a first aid kit? SCP-500 can help save your life. It's a pill that can heal any wound no matter how severe. Need protection from anomalies with memetic hazardous powers? Then get yourself SCP-714, a ring that can protect you from all memetic dangers. But just know you'll feel tired and sluggish when it's on. There's even SCP-294, a machine that allows you to make any drink you type, and I mean anything. I should advise that you don't make any drinks that can kill you, or blow up the facility. The game consists of side objectives such as containing SCP-106, lead SCP-173 to the Nine-Tailed Fox MTF crew, who will recontain SCP-173, or shutting the valve filled with SCP-008. But if you want to make it to the end, there are going to be chances you'll meet a special anomaly. This is SCP-079, a sentient AI in a 1970s computer. It's through him that, despite finding it pointless, will occasionally help you find a way to escape the facility, despite the fact it's basically the reason that breaches occurred in the first place. There are multiple endings in this game, such as either witnessing the on-site nuke go off, being caught by the MTF, or escaping with the Chaos Insurgency. We'll talk about them later on. I highly suggest trying out the game, and who knows, maybe I'll play when I get the chance to. Now you might be thinking, what is the most dangerous SCP anomaly? While there really isn't a clear answer to that question, What I can show you is how dangerous these anomalies can be. First, a little lesson from the Foundation themselves. Each time an anomaly is contained, it falls into these three categories: safe, Euclid, and Keter. Keter? I don't know, they keep changing the pronunciation without me knowing. These classes help identify which anomaly can easily breach containment, not how dangerous they can be. Safe SCPs are anomalies that don't require complex containment procedures. However, this doesn't mean that the anomaly poses no significant threat. Most of these SCPs are inanimate objects. Take SCP-1123, for example. SCP-1123 is a human skull recovered from the Vietnamese People's Army in Cambodia. Although it looks like the skull does nothing, once a person touches the skull, the person that makes contact with it will experience visual hallucinations in which they become victims of subjugation, torture, or imprisonment. Most notably during events such as the Armenian genocide from the Ottomans during World War I, the rape and beatings by members of a Soviet youth brigade in the 1930s, and the Holocaust by the Nazi Party during World War II. Who could ever forget that? Euclid SCPs are anomalies that require more resources to contain completely, or where containment isn't always reliable. Even if some anomalies show clear signs that it could potentially be a Keter class, the higher-ups can't say for sure. Therefore, these anomalies will need more research on its containment procedures. Basically, it's their way of saying they aren't sure whether the anomaly they capture can easily break containment and would force the Foundation to go through complex steps just to keep up with their containment procedures. Let's take SCP-096 as an example. Contained in a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter airtight steel cube, yes, it was necessary to say this, SCP-096, also known as the Shy Guy, is a tall humanoid creature. SCP-096 is docile when left alone, even when subjects go near it. 096, however, becomes agitated whenever a person views its face. Its jaw will open 4 times the norm of any normal person and will cover its eyes as it screams and cries for the next minute or so. Afterwards, it will begin to run after the person who viewed its face and kill them. The same way the Enderman reacts to a player in Minecraft when you look into its eyes. The most frightening part is that even video and photography that has a clear view of SCP-096's face will agitate it, as if it sensed it. So you could be at the other side of the planet, look at an image of SCP-096's face, and the entity will chase you down until you're dead. This is one of the few Euclid SCPs that has a clear sign of it being a Keter class, and even had attempts to be terminated by NTF staff. Speaking of Keter SCPs are anomalies that are difficult to contain and require extensive and complex containment procedures. Oftentimes, the Foundation can't fully contain these anomalies, either lacking the technology to do so, which gives these anomalies the advantage to easily breach containment, or is simply just too big to be contained, most likely buildings and very large creatures. One of the most famous Keter class anomalies is SCP-682, otherwise known as the hard-to-destroy reptile. By the name itself, SCP-682 is a large reptile-like creature of unknown origin. Through research, it appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communications with SCP-079. 682 has a huge hatred of all life. It has high strength, speed, and reflexes, and has escaped containment numerous times, with the casualty toll being high among all SCP staff. These incidents led to SCP-682 to be listed for termination. Who knows what would happen if SCP-682 escapes the facility and runs into the civilian population? I'm pretty sure thousands will die. Now, when they say that this thing was hard to destroy, they really mean it. It has been shot, sliced, even blown to bits, and it still regenerates as it rages on and murders everything it sees just by a single cell that this thing has. Apparently, I recently found out that there are other object classes, like Thaumiel, an entity that can contain other entities. Esoteric, an object class that has different other classes like Archon, where the Foundation could contain the anomaly, but think it's safe not to. Explained, simple enough, where researchers have fully learned about the anomaly and what its powers are. Neutralized, where the anomaly they worked on either got itself killed or had to be killed by MTF soldiers after given orders to do so by the O5 Council. And then, finally, Apollyon. Entities that can easily breach containment and will in fact destroy the world as we know it. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said some of these things want us gone for good. Now, keep in mind, not all entities that have the power to destroy the world are considered for the Apollyon class. Majority of them still fit in the Keter class, so they can still be contained. Then how does the Foundation know if it has the power to do so? With a little thing called K-class scenarios. These scenarios helped researchers know how a powerful entity they contain could change the world as we know it. For example, if the entity can destroy reality by nature, then it will be a ZK-class reality failure scenario. If the entity has the power to alter all of humanity, then it will be an LK-class species transmutation scenario. If the entity has the power to change reality, like altering history, then it will be a CK-class restructuring scenario. If the entity has the power to annihilate all life on either the planet, the galaxy, or even the universe, then it will be an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. And of course, there are many more scenarios than those. Now, out of all the SCP entries listed in the wiki, none are more unique and thrilling than the list of proposals that are very interesting to go through. SCP-001. If you've been on the wiki, you'll find that it has its own list of anomalies that can be considered for that SCP-001 placement. Some have their own SCP file, while others have tie-ins with different SCP tales. You might be wondering which one is the real SCP-001. Well, I don't know, and I don't think anyone in the community does. It can either be one of the SCPs in the Ouroboros cycle, the Gate Guardian, the World's Gone Beautiful, or even the Scarlet King, the anomaly that I believe deserves to be the true 001. But my personal favorite? When Day Breaks. Imagine this. You're an introverted nerd that stays inside all day and night watching TV, when all of a sudden a breaking news message occurs. The camera shows the public outside who seem to be in agony. You figured it could be a virus of some kind. However, you see these people's skin melt away and morph into this gooey pile of flesh, dragging people that hasn't been touched by the light to become a part of this pile. That's right, the anomaly in this proposal is the sun itself. Billions are affected by this sudden event, and the only way to save yourself is to stay in complete darkness and not trust anyone you hear from outside. It is my absolute favorite 001 file, and who knows, if you guys want, I'll read all those proposals to you in the future. Now that we have those out of the way, you're wondering where the human test subjects come in. These people are known as Class D. Class D persons are convicts and criminals that were sentenced to death row when they have been given the opportunity to be test subjects in the SCP Foundation. The D stands for disposable, as that's what they were to researchers. They would be used for testing on all the anomalies the SCP Foundation has contained within the numerous sites around the world. Some would come out as clean as a whistle, while others, well, let's just say that they don't make it out in the end. MTF guards will be given orders to execute D-Class personnel when their time is up, or if a containment breach occurs. Technically, this is the kind of danger you will have in the game, since you play as one of the D-Class members. Yeah, they don't give two shits about these people. No one really does. In fact, scientists and researchers that don't follow Foundation protocols will end up being part of the D-Class members. So let that information sink in before you think about working there. Now you'll think twice before saying that Area 51 contains the most dangerous extraterrestrial anomalies. I mean, maybe they do because they actually exist, but still. We've only touched the tip of the iceberg on what the SCP Foundation has in store for us. As of making this video, there are currently over 7,000 files on the wiki, not to mention the crap ton of tales that they also have on the site. God damn. Well, if you guys want me to read these files and tales, let me know in the comment section below. It's going to take me years to read all of them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to see more horrifying videos like this. As always, keep your fears and anxiety levels high. I'll see you very soon.